Now that you've selected your compressor, either the York or RV2 compressor, you're going to have to mount it. In a Jeep Wrangler, the vehicle I'm installing, you have a large open section here once you remove your air tube and air box. In this engine, the 2.5 liter, you'll have a AC compressor slot right here. If you have an AC compressor like I did, you're going to have to remove it. Now, don't just cut the lines, because that will release Freon, which is very bad for the atmosphere and illegal. Your best bet, if you're removing your AC compressor, is to go to an air conditioning repair shop. Sometimes they'll even pay you to remove the Freon. In my case, I just directly traded him the compressor and condenser and other components, and he did the job for me in about an hour. Now I have a nice open spot in here to mount the compressor. You'll see these 4 mount holes and the alternator. This unit right here is a combo pulley I bought from onboardair.com or Kilby Products. This is only used if you're going to use the V-belt on your compressor that came with it. If you're using the York and you have a serpentine belt clutch, you can forget about that. Use your stock pulley. The mounts for the 210 compressor are pretty easily built. Let me just show you with this one. The compressor can fit rather easily right here on this, right where the old AC compressor was. The best bet to do this is just to take a piece of plate, maybe 1/4 inch, 3/8, drill it with 4 sets of mount holes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 on the bottom. Your belt will fit down perfectly, and you'll have to just put on roto straight fittings to replace these hoses. And you're pretty much done with the installation of the compressor if you're using the 210. Now, if you're using the RV2, which I am, you're going to have to build a bit more bracketry. The same type of plates, 4 holes to fit on the AC compressor slot, a upright for the side mount, since an RV2 requires side and front support of the compressor. And if you get the brackets from the vehicle you're getting it, get the front bracket because it's already cut to the size you need. Now both compressors fit in the same spot, but the RV2 has a little bit more room on the side, which if you're doing what I did, as you can see, the RV2 fits in right about there, same clutch width, but it has a lot more room over here. That room, I installed this bracket, which will be used for a onboard welder, which I'll go into a little bit later. In this video, I will show the speed in which the system can charge the 6-gallon tank, which I've mounted under the vehicle, to 140 psi. The engine is currently running at 750 RPM. Now that we completed our air compressor, let's see how it works. We'll try out an air nailer. An air grinder. My speed in this case. An impact wrench. Just in case you need to change a tire. case you need to fill up the tire. Which in my case I only have 26 psi, so I guess I do. Okay, 20 will do for right now. A butterfly impact. Those times you have to build something. Or an air filer, for those times you have to take a little bit off something, then build it. Sticks a little. Now that we've looked at our air components, we're going to go move on to the welding units. In this case, we have our ground clamp hooked up to a piece of junk metal plates, our weld connectors, which we can see right here, negative and positives, which we will insert into our panel. Now that we have our weld connectors inserted, we need our welding gloves. If we're going to be welding something that has a coating, such as zinc or galvanized, we need a welding air mask or respirator. This one goes underneath your mask and has the filters on the rear hooked on your belt. Since we're not welding galvanized today, we don't need that. We need a mask. Since I keep my adjustable in the house, I use just a normal mask when I'm out. But it doesn't fit my fat head all that well. You need a welding jacket or apron. These don't need to cost all that much. It just needs to keep the weld particulate and everything off you. And you need a decent stinger. Since I'm already wearing a junky jacket, I don't really need to worry about the welding apron. Now I'll show you a small bead with some 16th inch 6013 welding rod, which is a decent rod to keep in your Jeep if you're just going to like do a little bit of welding with it. Now the engine should probably be running a little bit higher than I have it. Right now it's at idle RPM, which is 750. Right now I have the engine RPM set at 1500. Let's see how it does now.